That's what it sounded like. All right. What's up, everybody? This is Janky J with the 4 Real Takes. Tonight we've got...
I guess I go first. Discpick.
And Harv's Movie Hut.
Oh, he's all insecure now.
No, it just... too many takes, it gets, it gets a little daunting, a little tiring.
Yeah. So, Harv, you're first, and then me, and then Disc on my end. So, keep it like that. Harv, what did you watch this week?
So I watched a movie that you actually recommended. It's 1935 or 39. I can't remember the exact year, but Mutiny on the Bounty, starring Loudon. Was it John Loudon or something?
Charles Lawton. Close enough.
Something
Charles
like
Lawton.
that. And Clark Gable.
Yeah.
I'm not much into older videos, or older movies. Well, I am, if they're the right ones, and this definitely was the right one. Dude, I wanted to punch that guy in the face so bad.
Yeah.
He is just a straight asshole. He gives the meaning to the word toxic work environment, toxic boss.
Shit.
Because damn. And it just, you've explained it before, but a quick one is they go on a ship to Tahiti to get supplies to bring back to England. It's during the 1700s it takes place, and the guy's just the captain. I keep forgetting. I want to call him Loudon, but
it's Captain Bligh in the movie.
Yeah, him. He's
Blythe.
just a straight asshole the whole time. He freaking whips people. The punishments he gives are just unbelievable. Then they get to the island. They're there for a little bit, and as they're coming back, they finally had enough. The crew, so a bunch of them get together, and the leader of it is Clark Gable, and they just have a revolt, kick the captain and a few men off, thinking that he's going to die at sea. They go back to Tahiti, and they're just hanging out, and somehow that guy gets back to England in a little rickety boat, him and the crew. They're half dead, but they get there, and so they come back looking for him, and they take off, and they're on a chase, basically trying to find them. And the people that stayed on the island, they took them back to England and tried them and found them guilty, and it was treason, basically. So, only one guy that they kind of talked them out of going through with the punishment. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So, but definitely a great film that you recommended, and a great watch. There's 2 other remakes, one from the 60s and one from the 80s, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen those yet. I'm kind of curious to watch them to see the types of changes which each one they've done. So, but definitely Mutiny on the Bounty 1930s edition is one for the books.
Look at this
yeah.
film, bro.
I know. He's evolving.
I know. I'm happy we all are watching black and white now. It's good.
Yeah. Well,
Fuck you, Disc.
I'm glad you liked it. One of the things I forgot to bring up in the video that I was talking about it too, just I think one of the most, the best examples of just how fucking villainous Captain Bligh is in that movie. It's at the beginning of the movie, and right as they're loading all the shit onto the boat, there was a guy who, I don't remember what he did. He did something wrong,
He
and
punched a captain.
punched a captain. Okay, and so he was supposed to be whipped. I think it was like 30 times or something. And so they whip him, and they come up, and they're like, "Hey, this guy's dead." And they're like, and Captain Bligh was like, "Well, how many whips are you at?" And they're like, "Oh, like 15." And he's like, well, "He's not done yet. Keep whipping his ass." He's like, "But he's dead." He's like, "I don't give a shit." So like
keep going, and even people are passing out because they're like whipping a dead guy, and people are passing out on the boat because they're like, "What is going on?" Yeah. So that should have been an indication to like not even go on that voyage after that.
Right. All right. Well, I watched a very, very sad, depressing movie I actually watched it last night. It's called When the Wind Blows, and this came out in the 80s. It's an animated movie, and basically it's about this elderly couple in England, and England and Russia are at war, and there's rumors that Russia's going to drop a nuclear bomb in their area. And so this, like I said, they're like in their late 60s or something like that. And the husband has these pamphlets that were given to him by the English government, and they're like, what to do in this time of crisis, and it's like how to build like a makeshift shelter and shit like that. And so he takes the doors from the bedrooms of his house and a bunch of pillows and like stacks them against the wall, and he has this narrow little like triangular space for him and his wife to crawl in. It's in the living room. And in the pamphlet it says like, paint your windows white to help avoid radiation getting in. Like, I don't even know if any of this shit is true. It doesn't sound like it, but like he keeps going by the pamphlet, like everything. And so finally, after he gets most of the preparations done, the radio comes on and says, listen, Russia just launched a nuclear weapon. It's coming. It'll be there in 3 minutes. Buckle up. And he gets his wife, and it was actually a funny moment. She's trying to like finish cooking, and he's like, get in the shelter, you dumb bitch. It's like so out of pocket. He literally calls her a dumb bitch in the movie. And so he grabs his wife. They get in there. Bomb goes off. Everything gets annihilated. But they're safe in their little, makeshift shelter. But then, like, the fallout slowly starts affecting them, and they don't understand really what fallout is, and how like they think it's something that you can see, something that's like tangible, in their minds, and they're just not getting it. And so like at one point it starts raining, and they collect the rainwater, they drink the water, they're walking about, they literally bring out sun chairs and like go and lay out on the fucking lawn, like looking up at the sky and shit, like the black sky. And then the whole movie is them slowly dying from radiation poisoning, and it's so incredibly sad because of like the naivety and like how they were such good-hearted people that trusted their government. And that's kind of like, I think the point of the movie is that like having this blind trust that your government not only has your best interests at heart, but that they like, even know what the fuck they're talking about half the time. And this kind of shows that like neither of those things are true, and I thought it was pretty brilliant. And they also, they mixed live action footage, 2D animation, 3D animation, and even some claymation in there as well. They kind of blended all four of them in a really unique and fun and interesting way. So I recommend this movie. It's, like I said, it's going to hollow you the fuck out. Like, you're going to be, like, sitting there kind of quiet for a second when it ends. But it's still worth watching for sure. So that's what I watched this week. What about you, Disc?
Okay. Well, I'm going the whole other direction. I'm going to go pretty recent. Figure I'll throw this in there, too. So, in the other episode, I brought up the whole Criterion new releases. I decided to put the money where the mouth was, and I decided to just watch Anora. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. It's pretty much just about this, what would you call her, like, erotic dancer or stripper or whatever you want to call it.
She is a stripper, bro.
Yeah. In the movie, though, doesn't she label herself as, like, an erotic, exotic dancer?
Get out of here.
They all do. They all do.
That's like when I called myself an escort when I was really a hooker. You know what I mean?
Well, there's my YouTube version of it, I guess. But, yeah, she goes by Annie. Throughout the movie, she'll eventually accept the name Anora. But she basically... she gets paid a lot of money with what she does. She gets this Russian teenager guy who's kind of just like very on the edge and just having a crazy fun time. And you don't really know why he's doing all this. until later on. And pretty much, let me see where I should go with this. I feel like I went all over. I'm trying to think where to go now. Pretty much, he pays her because of how much fun they had. I forget how much money it was, but to pretty much be with her as a girlfriend for, I think it was a week, right? And then
Something
towards
like
the
that.
end of the week, he asked for marriage, and she said yes. And that's where it all goes haywire. The strict Russian family that he is involved with is completely against the fact of their son being with an exotic dancer. And it's just, I don't want to say the whole movie, so I'm just gonna say that it doesn't end the way you might think, and that's another thing. The ending, what I thought it was gonna go, completely changed. So it's definitely a good one to watch.
Yeah. After reevaluating it, do you still have the same rating on it?
Yeah, I'll probably keep it at a 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I thought the arguments were done really well with like the Russian language mixed in with like just the aggressive like arguing and like the Russian arguing.
Yeah.
And the phone call, like, just it was pretty good. I liked all that. That's when it like really like switches the vibe.
Yeah.
So.
It was like the most fun I think I've had listening to people argue.
Yeah, and it's not like a little bit of the movie either. It's like a good chunk of the movie.
I would say like the second half of the movie is just an argument. Yeah, like various arguments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say this though. They spent a lot of time just trying to find the dude. Like I said, I don't want to spoil like too much, but like that part felt like it just took forever.
Okay.
That's why I said dude, because I don't want to say who. So the dude.
Yeah, I get you.
Took a
He was very elusive. He was very elusive. He knew
Like-
how to get around and not be seen.
Like a rat. Yeah.
Kind of looked like one too.
He did, yeah. That's why I said it. Some kind of marmot.
Ferret.
All right. What do you got for us this week, Harv?
So I wanted to talk a little bit about it was in the news. I seen a couple of clips. You even showed me one about the merger between GameStop and eBay. I know it's not a movie related, but I mean there is a lot of physical media on both sides. So I think I want to get your guys' take on this topic. What you guys think about it?
Disc, you want to go first?
Yeah, I was gonna say I personally don't see it happening, and like if it does, I think maybe the offer will be like down the road, like as like another try, when it makes more sense. Because even he wasn't making any sense when I watched the clip. And like I just want to say this too, like I just think just GameStop, like as of like what I think mid-COVID or after COVID, it's just they've been struggling. Like they've been doing like I think didn't they do like a thing where they were like accepting random trade-ins and giving like $5 for it and just taking it. They were doing weird stuff like that. And then just they've been starting to sell movies all of a sudden. That was kind of random. And then the whole Pokemon and the whole grading Pokemon cards. They've been doing a lot of different things than just, video games.
I remember a time when they were actually selling, like, they would take in iPods. Now, just for you, an iPod was this little box
yes.
that, because you are only 21, so I wanted to make sure that you knew what it was.
The Nano or the Shuffle,
Yeah, but they would they took in all sorts of MP3 play, the Zune, iPod, stuff like that, and they would sell them there. And that was kind of a weird thing with that, because
what I'm saying, like, people would take in, like, used shoes, and they'd give them $5 for them. Like, since when is GameStop doing that? It's literally just called a bring in whatever you want, and we have to give you $5 for it. It was a weird, like, I don't know what it was, just to get people in the store. I don't know.
It's weird. I never heard of that. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, they were doing some weird stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
like buying
eBay. Well, with that, I think like there's two outcomes with that. Either one, the guy's trolling and he does actually have some kind of funding that he's not talking about, in which case he's like trying to make it seem like he's dumber than he is. But I think the more probable answer is that he is just really fucking stupid, and that kind of shows, I think, in how he's ran the company. Because GameStop used to be huge, man. Like GameStop was like the place, and you can tell because they've started like all of that shit with like Pokemon and stuff like that. That's stuff that they're stealing from like mom and pop game shops. You saw that at retro video game stores. That was like a part of the thing. You bring in Pokemon cards and shit. And so GameStop jacked that idea. They were like, oh, well, we're going to start doing this. So they're taking ideas from the little guy just to kind of stay afloat, you know. So they're obviously, you know, not doing good. Even if you don't know anything about anything, you know, business related, you can just look at it, you know, as an average consumer and be like, yeah, you know, it kind of looks like shit in there. None of their employees are happy people like, at all. So yeah, I think it's very unlikely. If it does happen though, I can't see any positive for eBay. I really can't.
No.
I mean, I know for a fact that you would definitely, as a seller, you'd probably be seeing a lot higher fees for when you do sell something. Probably going to be after giving more of your money to eBay, shit like that. So, you know, like I said, I mean, this is all like, we don't even know if it's happening, but I just personally don't think any good could come from it. I don't know what this dude's. He was so weird.
You know what he reminded me of is remember when Mark Zuckerberg was in front of Congress?
Yeah.
And he looked like that robot. That's kind of what he looked like during that interview. He had that same, like, I don't even know, but he had that.
But like
he was just robotic.
But like also, like, I agree he was robotic, but he was also like very college bro, like a robot college bro. He was like, I'm sorry, I just don't like understand your question. It's like, who talks like that? You're like the head of this company. Who the fuck talks like that? I don't know.
What I didn't get either through like the whole video is like he was taking longer to respond, but he was just saying the same thing.
Right. He's like reanalyzing the same statement.
And then he was just looking at the camera.
The same thing.
I know those news anchors were like trying, dude. They were literally like fucking doing this in the background. Like, I can't deal with this guy. What are you not understanding? Where's the money coming from, idiot? Just answer the question.
You know, that guy whose hands were like this, just shaking out of camera, just like, please, like, can this guy be this dumb?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because like, that's the only reason I thought of the first option was like, can anybody be this like blatantly just passive aggressive and like not like, why would you even agree to be on the show if you knew you were going to do that? So then I was kind of like, well, maybe he does have something that we don't know about, some kind of card up his sleeve. I'm still leaning towards him just being a fucking idiot, but I think that is worth consideration at least a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, very strange.
Like you said, like that snobby, like college, like attitude he was giving, it kind of makes it seem kind of like, does he have a trick up his sleeve? Like, does he think he's better? Like, does he know what he's doing, or is he just, you know, is it all just like he's just being dumb? Didn't do math before the interview.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just that it's that college. It was like that college frat bro type.
Yeah.
Energy
Like
that was given.
All of the information's on our website. Okay.
You sound like Crush from Finding Nemo.
Right. Yeah. It's very unprofessional. And it sucks too, man, because I remember a time when GameStop was actually a really fun place. Like, I remember when Black Flag was coming out, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. and it was so crazy, dude. Like the game store employees were dressed up like pirates, and like, dude, at one point, like, because I actually went there for a different video game that day because I didn't have enough money to buy a brand new game. But like, there was like two employees that like jumped up on top of the counter. They had like these like foam swords, and they were like sword fighting on it was like insane. It was like theater, you know, and it was this big event and everything. And I remember that moment, and I was like, that was so fun. And if you go into a game store now, it's like a tranq dart to your fucking forehead. You're just like, oh geez, like it's the energy in there, just like it's sucked out of your chest. You're like, oh my god, what the fuck happened? You know,
like when you think of GameStop, or you go into GameStop, like there's nothing like cool about it. It's just like a store with games.
Not anymore. It used to be a cool place to go.
Yeah, like
and even when they had movies,
nothing.
I remember they used to have like a couple of racks of just movies, and you can kind of go through there. And because me personally, I've never really been into games, so but my kids were, so that's why I would go over there a lot, and I would kind of see the movies, and then they would even have like decent pricing, like on their used, PS3s, PS4s. PS2s, because they've been around for a while, so they would have decent prices on their used consoles.
Yeah. Well, shout out to EB Games for any of the real ones listening. If you remember EB Games, that place deserved to live. GameStop should have crumbled, and that's all I got to say about that. But
was it East Bay? That was East Bay Games. That's what the EB stand for.
I think so. I just remembered it as EB. I never remember like the full name, but that sounds right.
Okay, now this could be dumb, but do you think?
It probably is.
I mean, he is kind of dumb, at least from what we're grasping right now. Do you think, like, he would say in the interview, like, it's on the website just to get people to go to the website and maybe buy something so he could get more money? Like, maybe they're going to there to figure out the information, and then maybe they might buy something.
Or what if it's like, to get the information, you have to like log in, like create an account, and then he like sells all this shit to like China, and it's this huge data leak of all your fucking information. I could see that.
That was his card game.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm gonna go after this episode. We'll go check out the GameStop website. Get some information for this fucking clown. Oh, man.
You'll be negative $6 billion.
Right. Oh, jeez, what am I gonna do?
Lifetime freaking credit card debt.
Right. Well, my topic that I want to talk about for the week, it's kind of for everything. We can talk about this in terms of movies, music, video games, literally anything, and that is the loss of extra content in comparison to what we used to get. And what I mean by that is I'll give an example for each of them, right? So with movies, like the special features list on movies in the 2000s was like a paragraph long. There was so many different cool special features. The only way you can get those now, like, you're not getting that on a regular DVD for the most part, or even a regular Blu-ray. You know, like, you gotta find like a Criterion or some kind of special edition or whatever to get that, when that used to just be the standard. You know, and they were creative. Yeah, they cost a lot more. And that was the standard, and they used to be fun, like really fun. Like, I remember there was one for American Pie Band Camp, and I think all the special features, like, it was like dancing, right? And so like the first one, I think it was just a chick like bouncing up and down in a bikini, and then the second one was with her tits out, and then the third one said something like really big tits or whatever, and you click on it and it's like a fat guy with his tits bouncing up and down, and there's like no reason for that to exist, but it's awesome that it did. And the same goes for like video games. I did a video way back before I started doing movie content about a video game called Toy Story 3 for the Xbox 360. And I showed in the video, like, there's a game that's the story mode in which you go through, you basically play through the movie. But then there's this secondary game within the game that's like open world with all of these mini games attached and like a town building system and kind of like you can unlock stuff with in-game currency. It was fucking huge for just a movie tie-in game, which usually are shitty for the most part. But this one was amazing with the amount of stuff that you got. And you saw it in like the old Tony Hawk games, you know, you do these mini games and stuff like that. And then in music, you know, you're when you bought a CD, you know, you'd get that little paper flap, you know, and you'd open it up and there'd be pictures and the lyrics and stuff and maybe some like, you know, stories or diary entries or whatever. Just, I feel like all of that kind of stuff is just slowly, I mean, just completely disappeared for the most part, unless you're paying for it specifically. And
which back then we didn't have to, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's a way for them to be able to push the Criterion, the Arrow, the Kino, all those for that reason. And they can, if they don't put it on the normal ones, people will go, especially collectors, and we're all guilty of it. You know damn well we're all guilty of it. We go and grab the box set. For one, the artwork is better. They have all the special features that you used to be able to find on Blu-rays. You don't even see it on regular 4K discs anymore. You might find one or two, but not the whole laundry list that you find on the box sets. Yeah. So they probably did it for that reason, so this way they can make money. It's all a money game, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. I just think that it's
stupid.
Like,
yeah.
Well, beyond that, I mean, like, I think that if they were to, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't understand the business side of it. But in my mind, I think, okay, if you put all of this on the DVDs, like the Walmart DVD that doesn't even come with the fucking cool stuff in it anymore either. You used to buy a DVD and it would come with like a little pamphlet of, you know, at least just the scenes of the movie or something.
I call it movie candy. It was the movie candy that, yeah, that's what I always. Okay. I learned it from somebody. They would call it that, so I started calling it. It was all the little pamphlets, the little. Sometimes you'd even get like a poster. Just different things. It was all the little candy, the little extra bits that you would get in there. Yeah, I remember those. But
that's what I'm saying is that, like, even when they did that for DVDs, you still had special editions that had even more, you know. And so, like, what they've done basically is, rather than just making them, like, they've gotten rid of the movie candy from the bare minimum and gave it only to not even special editions, but like boutique releases, which is like, you know, it's like a specified thing. And it's like, now you don't have that middle ground option anymore. They're like, you either get just the fucking movie or you get the $90 box set.
And even boutiques take it further. So look at Arrow, you'll get the regular and then you'll get the box edition. So you don't even get half of the stuff until you get the box edition. So it's even, you have to pay more.
Or Umbrella does that too, where they'll have like tiers. You know, it's like, here's the 4K bare bones, here's the box set, but it doesn't have the booklet. Here's the box set with the booklet, but it doesn't have the poster. Here's the one with the poster. Give me your $500, bitch. And that's basically how they do it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's all a fucking money game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, since you guys kind of did the movie, I was going to just bring up the whole, like, the music side of it. I noticed, like, how a lot of people, they complain about how, like, CDs, right? Like, they don't have, what's it called? What's the plastic casing? Is that called not clamshell, or the clam case, but it's the
CD case?
Like a regular CD case?
Yeah, they started doing the paperback, or whatever you call that. The paper ones now.
Like the folding ones?
Yeah, and they're like, what is this? Like, people don't like them. So it's like, it's just even a cheaper way to do it. And it's dumb. Because people that collected CDs for so long, it was very consistent in a way with that type of style. And now it's like everything that's coming out is just getting those paper ones, and it looks bad.
Yeah.
Do they even sell, like, at Walmart? I don't know if they do at mine. Do they sell CDs at your guys' Walmarts? Because I know they sell vinyls.
It's
don't
like
really
with
see
the
CDs.
vinyl, but it's not a lot.
Yeah,
At least for
probably
mine.
like 2 or 3 rows, maybe. And it's all like, if it's not something that's just been released, then it's like, you know,
Like
Aerosmith
Nirvana.
and fucking, yeah, right? Like, just like your shit you've heard a bazillion times already.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Also, can we take a quick silence for a second? Is that Mexican music?
That's the neighbors next door. Yes.
Holy shit, that's loud. How am I picking that up out of your microphone from your hut? That's crazy.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
Dude, they're fucking living it up on over there, man. Like,
dude, they're fucking these motherfuckers next door. Oh my god, they have my whole
need-
street blocked. Like people can't get out of their houses.
it's gotta be
They're,
like a
parked down the
graveyard
middle,
of Coronas
parked
out there.
all the way down the middle of the street. And you know what's funny? They're parked all the way down the middle of the street, right? And their driveway is empty. And they added to their driveway, so they made it bigger. And now it's all empty, and they're all parked down the middle of the street. I'm like,
Graduation. Is it a graduation party? Probably.
no, it's
oh,
not.
you
No?
said it was. You said it was.
I don't know if it's a
prom
birthday
night.
party or it might be tomorrow's Mother's Day, so I don't know. That might be it, but it might be a birthday
okay.
party. But that's
Also,
how we do it.
Well, just to throw it out there, my fiance, she just got her second master's degree. She just graduated again.
Congratulations.
Well, snaps for her. That just reminded me. But yeah. Anyway.
Well, now
moving on.
at least we got some background music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start.
Oh yeah. Get that fucking Carnea
Dude,
sexy
just-
going.
Invite him over.
Yeah, dude. Tell me
Oh,
to talk
that-
movies. Be like, Ole, Holmes, tell me about Blood In, Blood Out, huh? Do you know about Boulevard Nights, Holmes? Oh, I'm
Nacho
gonna get
Libre.
shit on. That was so racist. All right. Anyway,
I can say that. You guys can't.
nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Do whatever I want. All right.
All I said was Nacho Libre.
That's far more racist, I think, actually.
But it's
fucking-
Jack Black.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what do you,
not-
Cultural appropriation. Oh yeah.
well, hey, keep that in mind because we're gonna be talking about that a little bit later. What do you got for us this week?
Okay. So, this may or may not be a dumb question, but I was thinking about it because there are a few actors that kind of noticed this. Harv,
Oh, sorry. Hey, I'm grooving.
just
You're
go out there.
distracting him with your sexy dancing.
Anyway, just let me know if you guys think this is dumb. But pretty much, I was just thinking, like, do you think, as like a movie watcher, do you think you get fooled, like what's good acting when it comes to male actors when they kind of seem like they focus on just yelling as their like staple? You know what I mean? Like, do you guys consider yelling? Like if someone's known as an actor for kind of yelling, do you guys consider that good acting, or do you just call that a good scene? You know what I mean? Because I feel like a
You're
lot
right.
of people
that's
like
a dumb
think
question.
it's like
It's
a
a
dumb
very
question.
question.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. No, I know what you're saying.
I
It's-
just
go back
feel
to
like
my
a lot
dancing.
of people, like a lot of people, like say like Jake Gyllenhaal, he'll be yelling, or even like Hugh Jackman in Prisoners, like in the car scene, like stuff like that. Do you like that makes someone a good actor, or are they just yelling? Like, because I know yelling is like the most effective emotion when it comes to expressing. But like, does that really mean you're a good actor in a way? If that's all you have.
I think it comes down to like okay, so like for instance, you got I'll use somebody like Gary Oldman for an example. Now
Okay,
Gary Oldman does a lot of yelling, you know what I mean? Now there's sometimes when he does it and it's extremely effective, and other times it just seems kind of cartoonish, or out of place, right? So something like Leon the Professional. Now, he's great in that movie, and I love that movie. But there's some kind of like corny moments, especially with him, you know, everybody, like that scene. So I think, but then you compare that with like Tobey Maguire and Brothers. Now, when Tobey Maguire loses his shit at the end of that movie, everybody who's watching it, if you like, if you've known what that's like to be in a room with somebody like that, or even if you've done that, like you can tell like there's something real about what he did in that scene, and so it hits you right in the chest, you know, and you feel it. Whereas when Gary Oldman's screaming everybody, it's like he's a good actor, but that didn't do it for me, I guess. So like I think being able to convey the true emotion of somebody yelling is what would constitute like good acting, rather than just yelling for the sake of the scene.
Yeah, like it's hard to say, because I feel like anyone technically can yell, but it's kind of like the movement you do in it as well.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe like the words you say, like if you're doing an argument scene. And how you word it. Because, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Okay, well then, like, what do you guys consider good acting? Like, when you think of good acting, what do you look for? Like, what catches you?
Go ahead, Harv.
I think the whole emotional, the whole array of emotions that they can put into every scene that they do, because the whole movie is not just going to be act or yelling. There's going to be some sadness, some laughter, or comedic. So I think what makes, if they're all around, just, you know, they can portray every emotion, you know, truthfully, I guess you can say, or, you know, like they can actually show it and you believe it. The believability of their emotional range is what I think would be a good example of them being good actors.
Yeah. Like that movie Limelight I was talking about with Charlie Chaplin. So I thought his performance was brilliant, because he starts off as this kind of like bumbling idiot because he's a drunk, you know, he's like fumbling around, can't stand up. And then the next thing you know, he's taking on this like paternal kind of role for this young girl, and he's very wise and he's very uplifting and inspiring. But then, you know, as his hopes for his career resurgence is kind of like crumbling before his eyes, he's overwhelming sense of like depression and doom that's kind of like following him around, and like he pulls it off perfectly, in my opinion, you know. And for a movie that's like, you know, back then, where, you know, some people say that the style of acting is different, which it was in some ways, but it still felt real. And so you can have a movie where the style of acting is completely different because it came out, you know, almost 100 years ago, and then something that came out yesterday. And it's all about, when you're watching it, is that person making you feel as though they are flesh and blood and not a written character for a play or for whatever, you know, like, is this who that person is, or is this somebody doing a job? You know what I mean? That's how I see it, at least.
Yeah, like, I mean, I guess the way I would just kind of, I mean, mine's pretty basic answer. It's just like, I like to be able to watch a pretty well-known, like, if a well-known actor, which is why they're well-known, is like, if they can do a role and I don't feel like I'm watching like a spin-off of another movie they did, and it feels a lot more different, like a lot different from what I had like previously seen of them in, then I say that's a good performance. But and the only reason why I say that is because like I feel like there are some actors that I can't watch because I only see them as that person that they were before. Like on like no matter what role, for some reason there's like a few actors every now and then that I just like, I can't separate it. It's
What
weird.
are some of the actors?
Okay, this one, like, so, like, so one, I can't stand Jacob Elordi. I just just the character he played in Euphoria. I can't stand it in any other movie, so it's hard to watch him. Now this one I might get some hate because it's not every movie, but I feel like I kind of can't really stand Jim Carrey because I feel like some of his movies blend in a weird way. Like it's hard because they all are like the same genre, so it's like I kind of forget.
No, he has some different. I mean, you have the Truman Show. You have.
Have you seen any of his serious roles?
Like which ones? Like I've seen like Truman Show. I haven't seen what's the
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. 23.
Yeah, I've seen that. I haven't seen number 23 though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like I've seen a few of them.
Man on the Moon.
A lot of like it's mainly that's why I said like not all of them, but like a lot of the comedy stuff. I think it's because he had that like big era, and they were all the same, genre, and he just has that style, and it just doesn't seem, I guess, different enough to where I can like separate it for sometimes when I'm watching them.
Now, see, like with me, it's Melissa McCarthy. She plays the exact same character in every movie she does, so she's typecast. So usually those are the type when you know they're typecast.
I could see Melissa McCarthy having a bit of a resurgence later as like a new Kathy Bates. Could you see that?
I could see that, but until I see it, it's still she's typecast right now because she's still playing the same roles. And matter of fact, her roles have dipped because there's really you don't see her as much as you did. She had that little short period. Yeah, she had that boom, and now you don't really see her anymore. But you see that with a lot of actors. You'll see a lot of them where they're in a lot of stuff, and then people get tired of them because they keep playing this. And maybe that's what your whole discussion is about, is that they have a boom, certain actors have a boom, and then they keep playing that same role because that's what sells. That's what everybody wants. And then after a while, you don't see them anymore. You'll see less and less and less. And then they'll start making indie films. That's when you know that they're trying to expand their range when they're doing indie films. But as long as you're watching higher end blockbuster or just really popular movies, they're going to be playing the same character.
You know what's interesting though is that like kind of on this topic is that the booms feel less there seems to be less character in the booms now. So what I mean by this is like take somebody like Jim Carrey and then take somebody, and this is like weird, I could probably think of a better comparison, but for the sake of the argument, the context is the same. But Jenna Ortega, right? So Jenna Ortega had this big boom, and she was in like fucking everything. But when I think of Jenna Ortega, I don't see any kind of like the character of Jenna Ortega in a way. Whereas like with Jim Carrey, it's like Ace Ventura and The Mask and Liar Liar and stuff, and he's like this zany, cartoony, rubbery kind of guy, and then you have like the booms of other people, and it's like even The Rock, even The Rock kinda, it's like okay, well he's the big burly badass tough guy and stuff, but then there, like I said, there's like newer actors, they don't have anything that's really like identifiable where I could be like, no, this person has to be the one that is in this movie because of who they are. Where it's like I think you could put anybody in any Jenna Ortega movie or show. You could find somebody else to do it. Now, the likelihood that you'd be able to find anyone that could pull off The Mask like Jim did in the 90s, much lower. And I think the same thing goes for a lot of these roles, like like Vin Diesel and like Triple X and stuff. Like he was so that guy at that time.
Riddick, yeah.
Riddick and Fast and Furious and all that kind of shit. Like he was that guy, and that was his whole thing. And I feel like I'm explaining this like really poorly, but I hope that it's getting across in some way. I wish I could articulate it better, but it's more of a gut thing, I think. So Yeah. What the hell was that? Did you just have a fucking stroke?
Trying to wake up.
Oh.
No, I mean, like, I see where you're going. Like, I don't really even think it's I don't think it's the same. Like, I don't think the timing of, like, I mean, obviously they're all different, like, of the booms. But, like, I feel like they haven't really decreased. Actually, maybe they have, actually. Because I don't think Jenna Ortega is really going to. Well, what do you think? What do you think Jenna Ortega is going to be like in 4 years?
I don't think we're going to see much of her. She's already kind of on the decline.
Yeah, but they always do that.
I'm thinking Jim Carrey,
and then they come
since
back.
you brought it up.
Yeah, but look at The Rock. The Rock is, everybody's going to get in fatigue. So maybe that's what they're doing, is maybe she's taking some time off purposely, so this way she's not, for one, she doesn't get burnt out. But two, so that she probably figured, or her management team or whatever, like, okay, we'll do so many, and then get our bag, get our money, and then hold off for a little bit. So this way, people, when you come back for another movie, are like, oh, okay.
Well, here's a good example, like a more, I think, a better comparison of like somebody who has kind of like a character to themselves. The fuck, if I mess up her name, it's either Samara or Samantha. Samantha Weaving, the girl from Ready or Not, and the Babysitter, and Guns Akimbo. Like that girl, I think she has some kind of a character to herself. Now, it doesn't mean that she's the same person in every movie that she's in, but there's just I feel like there's something there where it's like, I feel like it would be harder to find somebody to do what she does better than her, whereas I think it'd be easier to find somebody that could do what Jenna Ortega does with what she has. And it's not to say she's like a bad actor. I'm not trying to shit on her or anything. I'm just saying that there's less of an aura about certain actors that have these booms, and that's, I guess, what I'm trying to say.
To wrap up the Jenna Ortega thing, I think I realized like what kinda is what's making her not have a character, being her boom. I think it's because she's kind of like a side character in most of the movies she's in. Like, you got Scream, you got X, you got like Beetlejuice. Like, she's not really like a main focus. She's just kind of like, oh, she's in there. Okay.
Well, she's in a new movie now. She's coming out in a new one.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I think you're right though. Like that could have a pretty
Like
big bearing on it. Yeah.
Because the only thing I can think of where she's like, I guess, a main character was that one A24 movie, Death of a Unicorn. I don't think that's going to be her character.
And the Wednesday show as well.
Yeah, that was another one, yeah. But, like, yeah, she's mostly, like, just a side thing. Like, it's not...
All right, damn.
Whoa.
A side character.
Whoa.
Sorry.
All right, that was a bit sexist. So we've got racism and sexism in the same video.
And
Fantastic.
Seon's not even here.
I know. What the fuck?
This is gonna be our cancellation one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know what you're saying though. That's
Yeah.
good
Like, she's just not, like, the main focus, but she's, like, enough to get, I guess, people in the seat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it sucks, because if that's her boom, then that's all she has to say for it, you know?
Yeah.
Not really many main roles.
Right. Well, let's go into movie recommendations. Harv, what do you recommend to the fine folk that listen to us?
So my one for this week is going to be, it's from the late 2000s. It is 1 Hour Photo, starring Robin Williams. Yeah, I said it, Janky. Yeah,
fuck you. I'll get it in. Go ahead. Keep going.
Don't be trying to take my spotlight. It's a nice little thriller. How can I even? But it's a thriller. It's something that you wouldn't really think about of a guy that he's a lonely guy, kind of odd, and he's the manager of a photo, 1 hour photo developing place, which you don't, for you younger people, that's how that's how you used to print photos back in the day. You would take it to the store, you take your roll, and they would develop them, and you would have these things called pictures, not on your phone. So,
Oh, really?
but
Wow.
it's definitely he gets involved with the family, but they don't know about it. So I'll leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. But it is a great movie. Robin Williams, of course, a phenomenal actor. 10 out of 10 all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to move my microphone away because I might get loud in this one. All right. Well, first of all, I got to say,
no,
that's a great recommendation.
I know it is. Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Because I was on the phone with my dad earlier this week, and he was watching all of our videos, and he said, you guys were talking about underrated movies at one point. He was like, I was surprised you didn't bring up 1 hour photo. And I was like, oh, I'll do that for my recommendation this week. Then this fucking guy comes along, so I can't do that one anymore. But
now, let's be fair. I told you before you told me that story. When we were kind of in pre-production.
Yeah, I know. It's just it was a weird coincidence.
Yes. So
Very
it's not
weird.
like I took your story. I took your movie.
You
I
did
come
but
up
it's
with
fine. No, fuck you.
No, I didn't.
I could have said never mind.
Yeah, no.
You know, and let his dad hear his
I
story.
know. Now my dad's gonna hear it come out of your fucking mouth.
Your
With
dad's my
Mexican
fan anyway.
music.
You even said your dad likes me.
You got a new baby bearded boy, a big Mexican one.
You already said your dad likes me getting under your skin. He's my fan anyway.
He did mention. He said that you'd like to fuck with me. All right, so my movie recommendation for the week is I got a little bit to say about this one. It's called Memoirs of a Geisha, and this came out I think in like the late 2000s or right before the 2010s. But this is a great movie, and if you go on Letterboxd, you're gonna see a bunch of reviews of just fucking losers who are complaining about the fact that it's written by white guys, and that it was because it's a movie about geishas, so this takes place in Japan, but they hired Chinese actresses, and the movie's not spoken in Japanese, and it's not historically accurate, and like just bitching and moaning, all of these fucking dumbass like woke like trigger words and stuff like that. Like, I fucking hate it because this movie is a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful story. And it's like it shows you a part of, again, whether you want to talk about like the historical accuracy of it or not, like it's a way for somebody to find the interest, and then they can pursue what's actually true or real about this given topic. But there's enough truth of it to ignite that interest in somebody to learn about a different culture or whatever, and you're just gonna come shit on it. I find that disgusting, and I think it's lazy, and I think it's hypocritical because you have people like Sergio Leone, who was Italian, that made some of the best fucking westerns, like American westerns, in the history of cinema.
The spaghetti westerns.
The spaghetti westerns, dude. He had never even been to America before starting to make those movies. You know what I mean? Like, and so, but does anybody bitch about that? No, they don't. No, they don't, because it's all hypocritical bullshit. So, Memoirs of a Geisha, beautiful movie, beautiful story, and it's like visually just outstanding. So that would be my recommendation. If you can get past that, if you're one of those people that has a problem with, they got Chinese actresses to play Japanese characters and it's written by white guys and all that kind of shit, then fuck off. Go watch, go watch some historically accurate shit that everything's perfect in your fucking fantasy bubble. But if you just want to watch a good movie, check this one out.
That happens all the time, by the way. Like, when you see Mexicans on playing like Mexican roles in movies, they're not played by Mexicans half the time. They're played by Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans. Like, very rare do I see an actual Mexican playing a Mexican role.
Yeah.
Look at Training Day. The gang leader, the one that also played Pablo Escobar in Blow.
Mm-hmm.
He's Maori. He's not even American. He's from Queens or Australia or Queensland. It's like
Right.
they do that all the time. So if you need to like kind of look past that, trust me, it does get to me sometimes. 'Cause I'm like, I would like to see some Mexicans and some. Lou Diamond Phillips played in Richie Valens in La Bamba. He's Filipino.
When Harv sees a Mexican like that's actually playing a Mexican role, it's like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme. He's like, ooh, he's like pointing at the TV and shit. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I never understood the big fucking deal about that stuff. The big one I remember was Scarlett Johansson, and it was like an anime that got turned into a movie. I think Ghost in a Shell maybe or something like that. I don't remember which one,
yeah.
but she got dragged through the mud on that one, and all the people who made the movie and stuff. And I'm just like, God, dude, like, who gives a flying fuck? Nobody, like, and then it happens in reverse. You know, like Idris Elba playing Roland in The Dark Tower, right? Who's a guy in the books described very clearly as a white guy with bright blue eyes. You know, like, and so, like, you know, it happens. You know, you find the best person for the job, and you give them the fucking role, you give them the job, and you call it a day. But this whining, bitching about nothing is just so aggravating. And I think it's on the decline, though. I think it's starting to kind of, like, fade away a little bit. I think people are starting to be like, okay, I'm not even listening anymore. You know what I mean? So
That's coming from
hopefully
a white guy, by the way. This is all coming from a white guy. Just letting you know. You
blue-eyed,
colonizing ass over here.
red beard, motherfucking white guy. Sick of hearing about it. But,
Hold on, I'm gonna get back to my music.
Yeah, go on back. You know what? I'll listen too. If I could roll my R's, I would. All right.
How about you, Disc?
All right. Okay. So this is a very different movie, but what's gonna be? I don't know the year of the movie, but it's called Eating Raoul, and it's like a wacky, dark comedy. God. I love this movie. It's just like throw it on and have fun with it. Don't take it anything more than it needs to. Yeah, it's pretty much this guy and a man and a wife who live like in an apartment, and everyone else that live around them are swingers. It's like a swinger area, and pretty much what happens one day is like they're like a really strange married couple. Like they sleep in different beds. They sleep next to each other, but different beds, same room, but like that's that. And the husband, like he loves wine, and yeah, just you could tell like there's no action going on in this household, and there's a lot of stuff going on outside of the household. And with that being said, a swinger, one of the guys come in to the apartment, and she gets attacked, and the husband grabs a frying pan, smacks him in the head. They get the money, and they don't know what to do with the body. But anyway, they figure it out. Then they're like, well, we need to get locks. And they realize also, too, that swingers have money. So they're like, we could get some good money out of this. It's a wacky comedy at the end of the day, but it's a fun one.
Don't spoil it. Don't over-explain it to where you're spoiled.
I want to say this, though. They end up getting a lock, and the lock becomes the locksmith guy becomes very close with the couple, and a lot of other things happen, connection-wise and just partner-wise, like teamwork, if you want to call it that. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, that's all I'm going to say. It's a fun one. Give it a watch. It's on Criterion. And
I'm not gonna shit on his movie or anything, but I will say
you fell asleep. You didn't even watch the whole thing.
I fell asleep when he tried to show me this movie. That might have been because of the night, but I don't know. Maybe as a side recommendation. No, I'm never gonna tell somebody they should partake in some kind of a substance before watching this movie. I would never say something like that. Because it definitely wouldn't help get through that ridiculous ass movie.
It's so fun. Just don't don't put it on because you want, something amazing. Just put it on because you just want to have a good time. Just something random that you wouldn't think even existed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just eating Raoul. Look it up.
Sounds good. All right. Well, anything else before we hop off, guys?
No.
Anything else we want to touch on?
Be sure to follow us on TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram.
Yeah, all the different places. We didn't have Sea-Dog on tonight. He's dealing with some technical issues, so hopefully we have him next week. But if not, we'll just keep the ball rolling, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Peace.
Have a good night, everybody.